So there have been questions about the legality of the vaccine mandates set forth by OSHA and CMS, the Center of Medicare and Medicaid Services. So much disagreement that the Supreme Court is set to hear oral arguments on January 7th about the legality or illegality of these mandates. So the fate of these mandates will be determined on January 7th by the Supreme Court. But in the meantime, I'd like to discuss CMS's vaccine mandates, any exceptions to their rules, and any penalties for violating CMS's rules. So this way, it will best prepare you for whatever the outcome may be on January 7th. And in this video, we will only discuss CMS's vaccine mandates, but in a separate video, we discuss OSHA vaccine mandates as well. So be on the lookout for that. So first, let's go over some of the requirements of CMS's vaccine mandates. So first of all, it's important to note that this applies to providers and suppliers who are regulated by CMS's health and safety regulations. So this includes most healthcare settings and also nursing homes. But CMS does not have regulatory authority over assisting living facilities and group homes, so they are exempt. And also, unlike OSHA, where their vaccine mandate states that if you have over 100 employees or more, then you must fall under these vaccine guidelines and mandates. Where with CMS, there isn't an employee threshold. If you are regulated by CMS's health and safety regulations, then you have to abide by these mandates no matter how many employees you have. And also it applies to all employees, regardless of clinical responsibility or patient contact. Another thing that makes it different than the OSHA vaccine mandates is that there isn't a weekly testing clause, so that if you're not vaccinated, you can opt to get tested weekly in lieu of getting vaccinated. That's not an option. You have to get vaccinated. There's no option for a weekly testing clause. So it's a little more strict than the OSHA's guidelines. Now let's review some of the exceptions to CMS's vaccine mandates. The first exception I want to go over is that patients or residents of a community or facility are exempt from the vaccine mandate, but also visitors as well. So any visitors inside of a community or facility do not have to be vaccinated to enter in that facility. Also, remote employees are exempt. So you have employees who work 100% remote offsite, they're exempt from the vaccine mandate as well. There's also a reasonable accommodation exemption as well. So if you have an employee who has a disability or for any medical reasons they can't obtain the vaccine, or even they have sincerely held religious beliefs, practice, or observances, they're also exempt from the vaccine mandates. So let's review some of the penalties that CMS will enforce for violating their vaccine mandates. So CMS says they will enforce civil monetary penalties, denial of payment, and even termination from the Medicare and Medicaid services as a final measure. But that, however, will be a last resort that will only occur after providing facility with the opportunity to make corrections and to come in compliance. So that's the last resort. They're willing to work with you as long as you're making sure you're trying to be in compliance and you're doing your best. As we patiently wait for the Supreme Court ruling on January 7th, I highly suggest that all Medicare and Medicaid suppliers, providers continue in their best efforts to be in compliance with CMS's vaccine mandates. That way, no matter what the decision is on January 7th, you are ready for whatever that outcome may be. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to contact me. And as always, stay safe.